Welcome to Zoological World. Today we are discuss about flying lemur. The flying lemur is not a lemur, and it can't fly. Of all the gliding mammals, which including flying squirrels and flying possums, flying lemurs are the most adept. This is because of their patagium, a membrane covered with fur that acts much like a parasail as they glide from one tree to the other. This membrane is connected to the animal's face, all four of its paws, and its tail. Flying lemurs are elusive, live in the treetops, and are most active at night. Incredible flying lemur facts. Flying lemurs are not lemurs at all but belong to the family Cynocephalidae and the Dermoptera order. They are fairly closely related to humans. They're only found naturally in Sunda and Indochina. They have teeth that look like little combs, and they are indeed used to groom their thick fur. A female can turn her patagium into a pouch to hold her baby. Flying lemur scientific name. So far, there are two species of flying lemur. The scientific name of the Sunda flying lemur is Galeopterus variegatus, and the scientific name of the Philippine flying lemur or kagwang is Cynocephalus volans. Though the Galeo part of Galeopterus is uncertain, pteris means wing, and variegatus is Latin for variegated, which refers to the colors of the animal's fur. Cynocephalus means dog-headed from the Greek, and volans is Latin for flying, so its name translates to flying, dog-headed animal. The order the animals belong to, Dermoptera, means skin wing. The Sunda flying lemur has a large and dwarf form. The former is found on the Sunda shelf, while the dwarf is found in central Laos and the islands near it. There are four subspecies: G versus variegatus, G versus Temminckii, G versus Bornanus, G versus Peninsulae. The kagwang is thought to be the only species in its genus so far, but some biologists believe that two other species exist. These are the Bornean and the Javan flying lemurs. Flying lemur appearance. The Sunda lemur has a small head and ears and protuberant eyes that face forward like a primate's. They have dense fur that is white or pale beneath and shades of white, red, black, or gray above. Its legs, which are all about the same size, are joined by the patagium. The animal's feet are webbed and clawed. The fur may also have lichen-colored blotches that help camouflage the animal if it senses something dangerous in the area. When the Sunda flying lemur glides, it can stretch its patagium to around 27.5 inches thanks to a muscle in its side. The Philippine flying lemur or kagwang is smaller than the Sunda flying lemur, and its fur tends to be darker and less variegated. Its head resembles that of the flying fox, but it's not related to this fruit bat. Like the Sunda flying lemur, it has a small head and ears and huge forward-facing eyes that help it see in the dark, and its retinas lack blood vessels, which is unusual for a mammal. Also, like the Sunda flying lemur, the limbs of the Philippine flying lemur are about the same length, and the animal has claws on its feet that let it climb and hang on to tree trunks and tree limbs. Both species are nocturnal. They do not engage in swimming in the water, though they appear to be swimming beautifully through the air. They are nearly helpless on the ground, since they can't stand up, and spend their entire lives in the trees. Flying lemur predators and threats. The main threat and predator of these lemurs is the human. Humans cause habitat fragmentation and destruction, and some humans hunt lemurs for food. The Philippine flying lemur is also preyed upon by the enormous and deadly Philippine eagle and other dangerous raptors. When a flying lemur is confronted by a predator, it will either freeze in place and try to blend in with the foliage, or it will simply glide away, swimming easily through the air to another tree and out of danger. But gliding is less useful if the predator is a human armed with a spear or a rifle. Flying lemur population. Both the Sunda and the Philippine lemurs are of least concern according to the IUCN Red List despite the environmental pressures they are under. There are about 100,000 Philippine lemurs and 1,000 Sunda lemurs.